afternoon once again, everyone. It is high school soccer this afternoon on WRKD. We broadcast from Thomaston, Maine, a mid-Maine conference clash between the Georges Valley Buccaneers and the visiting Erskine Academy Eagles. Bucs come in unblemished at 4-0 on the season. The Eagles, a young team, at 1-2-1 on the campaign. We'll be back with pregame words and the start of this mid-Maine conference contest right after these important messages. As I say, they come in at 4-0. 5-1 victors over Maranacook, 3-1 over Monmouth Academy. They defeated Wiscasset 5-2, and in their last outing, a tough Halldale Bulldog 11 took them to task, but the Buccaneers came away with a victory at 1-0. Buccaneers have scored 17 goals on the season. They have given up just 4. That's an average of 4.25 goals for, and an average, of course, of 1 goal against per game. Leading scorer Chucky Adams, he has 9, registering 3 consecutive hat-tricks in the first 3 ball games of the season. For the Erskine Academy Eagles, they are 1-2-1. They lost 2-0 to Monmouth Academy, 4-2 in a good contest to Lincoln Academy. They tied Halldale 0-0, and in their last game, Coach Tom Baldick, in his first year, took the team to a 5-2 victory over Wiscasset. We're set to get underway here from Thomaston, Georges Valley, and Erskine Academy. High school soccer on WRKD coming up in just a moment. And the Buccaneers of Georges Valley trying to make it 5-0 on the campaign, and the Erskine Academy Eagles trying to pick up victory number 2 on the year. Tom Baldick, head coach for the first year of this Eagle 11, I should say, told me they are a very young team, and they are coming around of late, as evidenced by that 5-2 win over Wiscasset in their last game. In fact, they trailed Wiscasset 2-1 at halftime. The team came back with 4 big goals in the second half to win it by a score of 5-2. They have also tied Halldale 0-0, a shutout contest between those two rivals. And as I told you, Georges Valley narrowly defeated Halldale in their last outing here in Thomaston 1-0. So this could shape up to be one good affair here from Thomaston, Maine, as the Buccaneers prepare for what will be their toughest week of the season. Next week, they will be away to Richmond and away to Lincoln Academy, 2 teams that many say will be the top teams in this class and this conference in high school soccer this year. So the Georges Valley Bucs would certainly like to go in 5-0, but the Erskine Eagles will have something to say about it today as they seek yet another victory. Just 1 senior on this Erskine Academy team. He was not a letterman. They have, however, 10 returning lettermen, but again, a very young ball club. All right, the Bucs of Georges Valley have control of the ball. There's Chuck Adams trying to work into the penalty area. He, remember, is the top scorer for the Buccaneers on the season. Now Jim Weaver trying to break in on left side. Ball pumped up in the air high to Adams. It goes to Weaver now, who chases it towards the sideline and over the sideline off one of the Academy defenders. So Jim Weaver will inbound it to John Mullaney for the Buccaneers. All right, Mullaney back to Weaver, now to Mullaney. Up into the air high with a kick is Pete Jones of the Eagles. He can't clear, though. There's Steve Kent for the Bucs. He heads it back up for Alan Gronros. Gronros can't collect, then it comes back to midfield, but sending it back in on a sharp kick is Karl Hupper. It bounces all the way in to goalie Tim Bonsant of the Eagles. Bonsant, the redhead, punts it way out to midfield. Good, strong punt, and it goes to a teammate, Rob Maroy. All right, Maroy trying to move out of his own zone for Erskine Academy, can't do so, and Scottie Robinson has for the Buccaneers. He's tripped up, and we get a whistle, and a tripping call, says one of the officials, Larry Jensen. He's working today with Matt Brown, so 2 good ones here for this contest. Long lead kick comes all the way in, and the ball is loose, dropped by Bonsant, but he covers up. That ball kicked from about 45 yards off the foot of Steve Kent, and a bid for the Buccaneers. No score in the contest, just underway. Steve Mullaney controls the ball at midfield for the Buccaneers. All right, John Mullaney is his name, and Mullaney rides the ball over the sideline, thrown in by Ken Light of the Eagles. Light gets it up for teammate Steve Parkman. All right, Parkman on the move, breaks into the penalty area, 2-on-1 break, and it's tipped away by Tim Hurlburt of the Buccaneer defense at the last minute, or else Ken Light would have broken in alone along with Rob Maroy for Erskine Academy. So pretty good bid there, but back come the Buccaneers quickly. On the rush is Chucky Adams, has 1 man to beat. Adams is going to beat him. Adams is going to walk it alone. Chucky fires the shot, but knocked down by the defense. Weaver collects the rebound, but can't get a shot away. And a good defensive maneuver by Sean Pierce of the Erskine Eagles as he came back out of nowhere, back checking all the way to the on-rushing Chuck Adams, who broke in alone on goalie Tim Bonsant. Adams was not able to get a good shot off as he was harassed all the way by Sean Pierce, and credit Pierce with a game's a goal-saving maneuver in that last exchange. All right, here come the Eagles now. They break out to midfield. Ball covered there by the Buccaneers, Duane Tyler. Tyler leaves it back for Kent. Kent sends it up the sideline, but it is taken away by Pat Chamberlain, who sends it in for the Eagles. Back to midfield it goes. Duane Tyler, a junior for the Buccaneers, will play it up for Scottie Robinson, taken away by Mike Cromit of Erskine Academy. Now Cromit leads it in, and the rush is all the way on towards the goalie of the Buccaneers, Henrikson. And Henrikson has to pick up the ball quickly, coming way out of the goal as Rob Maroy and Dan Grady were right there for the Erskine Eagles, who have shown a little promise here in the opening moments. Tom Baldock told me that Erskine Academy, unlike past years, is not that strong physical ball club that they have played under Tom Hill, their previous coach. Baldock has been at the China Elementary School for 10 years. He started the youngsters soccer program over there, and he likes to play the finesse type of soccer with the short, crisp passes, and as I say, the finesse type of soccer, not the physical soccer that we've seen Erskine Academy play, almost bordering on dirty soccer in past years, but they do play that physical soccer. Not so, says Mr. Baldock, in this year and the years that he will coach the team. All right, Jim Weaver now leads the pass down the right sideline for Chucky Adams. Adams has some room. Adams will fire a shot that goes wide of the goal and slides over the goal line. Will be a goal kick for Erskine Academy. No score in the contest, just underway from Thomaston. Head coaches Sam Pendleton of the Buccaneers and Tom Baldock, an old friend of mine. A little bit surprised to see him, as a matter of fact, as he strode across the field with his contingent of Erskine Academy Eagles. I played ball many, many years ago with Mr. Baldock. Heck of a nice guy, and we'll see what kind of coach he is today. Uh-oh, Scottie Robinson breaks in, fires a shot that is saved by Bonson, and caroms just wide of the upright. Good bid by Scott Robinson as he took it down the right sideline, moved along the goal line, and fired a left-footed shot that was blocked by Bonson. Give him a save and give Scottie Robinson a pretty good bid on goal that time. Buccaneers coming off a 1-0 win over Halldale, which was actually a lopsided game possession-wise. The Buccaneers controlled the territory for most of the contest, actually had 30-some-odd shots on goal to just 6 for the Halldale Bulldogs, but where it counts on the scoreboard, the Buccaneers registered just one. That was Keith Hupper scoring about midway through the first half, and that goal stood up as the Buccaneers spun the shutout along with Pierre Henrikson, their second shutout of the season. As we'll make it the first shutout. The other shutout was 3-0, but an exhibition contest with Camden Rockport. Since then, they have given up 1, 1, and 2 goals. So that Sam Pendleton defense is still intact here with this program, even though he has a very young squad. Just 3 seniors in the starting lineup. 3 seniors, as a matter of fact, on the entire squad for the Buccaneers. So Sam working with some youngsters, but they are doing it thus far in the season. 4-0 in the Mid-Main Conference, as the Bucs have yet to be defeated. But as I say, coming up next week, 2 tough measures, the Richmond Bobcats, the Lincoln Academy Eagles. Scott Robinson now breaks in. There's a shot, and the ball goes sliding to the side of the net. Shot by Robinson, deflected by Chuck Adams, who tried to deflect it towards the net, but deflected it wide. It'll be a goal kick once again for Erskine Academy. Of course, the Bucs, that ball apparently went off one of the defenders, because it will be a corner kick for Georges Valley, their first of the contest. Here it comes. In front is deflected, a shot, it goes wide. Deflected nicely by Duane Tyler of the Buccaneers as Scott Robinson teed up the corner. Just wide, a good bid by the Bucs, but still nothing doing. No score. We played just about 8 minutes here this first half. 40-minute halves in high school soccer play. It is long, it is strenuous, and it is a test of stamina for these young players. Many of the coaches, the officials, some of the players have expressed a little bit dismay of this new setup. There's Chuck Adams firing a left-footed shot from deep range. Top of the 18, Adams spun around, fired a left-footed shot that bananaed in, and Tim Bonsant just got a piece of it, deflected it wide, and Bonsant seems to have a knack for making that save. There's a corner kick in front, loose, and that ball's going to go in. Loose ball in front. Bonsant must have been screened. Scottie Robinson centered it in front. We'll see who they credit the goal, but the Bucs have broken the ice and pick up a score about 9 minutes into the contest. We'll wait for the official. As the Buccaneers send in a couple of substitutes. All right, the score will be to John Mullaney, the freshman for the Buccaneers, who collects goal number 1. And the assist goes to Scottie Robinson, the man who cornered that one in. And I would have to think that that was a headshot by Mullaney. It was misdirected in front and sent towards the goal, and Tim Bonsant was way out of position. He might, as I said, might have been screened, and the ball goes in at the 9-minute mark of the first half of play. 1-0 Buccaneers. We'll be back with a kickoff in a moment. 1-0 in there on the rush again. Scott Robinson down the right sideline, goes into the corner, centers it in front in the penalty area. Chuck Adams trying to collect, can't do so for the Buccaneers. It slides towards the sideline, and off an Eagle defender, it'll be thrown in by the Buccaneers. And it comes to Robinson. Robinson leaves it back for Mullaney, the goal scorer for the Buccaneers. Now it comes to midfield and is headed there by Alan Gronros. Gronros keeps it into Eagle territory. Mullaney now, good shift, leads the pass in front for Jimmy Weaver, who can't catch up to the ball. It's saved by Bonsant, who punts the line drive out this chest trap nicely by Mullaney. Mullaney now into the corner for Robinson, tipped away by the defense. That's number 20, Mike Lewis, who slides it to the sideline, and the Bucs again will inbound. It'll be Scott Robinson this time. Here's the toss. Good strong toss, and Adams gets the head on the ball in front. Weaver's going to be alone, and Bonsant is out to cover. Dangerously in front, Jimmy Weaver, the junior. Got a nice feed off the head from Chuck Adams, but Bonsant was there to cover for the Eagles. Bucs controlling the action here as they've outshot the Eagles 7-0 in the early going. Ball still being played in Erskine Academy territory. Heading the ball for the Buccaneers, number 10, Dave Mellor Jr. Miller sends it up for Weaver. Weaver is running too. It'll be a kick for the Bucs. Miller will take it. Nice banana kick in front. Chucky Adams is there. Ball caroms high into the air. Headed out momentarily by the defense. Kicked in by Miller. Now the shot is going to be taken way high and deep off the foot of Karl Hupper, who really got a hold of that ball but sent it deep and high and out of play. Goal kick for Erskine Academy. 1-0. We played a dozen minutes in the first half from Thomaston, Maine. The Bucs trying to make it 5-0 before they head into that real tough week with the Bobcats and the Eagles of Lincoln Academy. Ball being controlled now by Karl Hupper. Left-footed pass up for Weaver. Weaver wants to work down the left sideline. Leaves it back now for Miller. Miller strong. Left-footed pass up for Adams in the area. Adams can't get a hold of it. The Eagle defense sends it out, and here they come. Rob Maroy now gets it up for teammate Pete Jones, and finally they break into the Buck territory. Jones now on the rush down the right sideline. He's got one man to beat. Back with him is Glenn Brooks. Brooks is going to knock him off the ball. Ball centered in front, then knocked away by the defense of the Buccaneers. Looked like Keith Hupper knocked that ball out over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in now for Erskine Academy as they put on a little offensive thrust of their own. Ball centered in front. Loose. Still loose. Cleared now momentarily by Mullaney, and Mullaney strong puts it way out to midfield, and Adams. Adams can't collect, though. Ahead on it by Mike Cromit of the Eagles. Cromit's pass stolen away by Weaver at midfield up for Adams. All right. Adams got a little daylight now. He's going to work in. Middle of the field. He sees Weaver. Leaves him a pass in the left-hand corner. Weaver strives for the corner, but can't catch up to the ball. It'll be a throw-in for Erskine Academy as Tom Baldick subs James Orr into the contest. And for the Buccaneers, it'll be Duane Tyler waiting to come in. Out for the Eagles, Rob Maroy. He'll get a breather. Again, a very young Erskine Academy team in the learning process under new head coach Tom Baldick. His first year over there with the Erskine Academy Athletic Department. Sam Pendleton, of course, a veteran of many years here at the Buccaneer helm. All right, here's Wayne Tyler now. Heads the ball in towards the penalty area. There to collect is Chuck Adams. He can't do so. Defense clears it out, but not all the way. Collected by Alan Gronros. Gronros now for Scottie Robinson. Robinson leaves it for Mullaney. Mullaney, good maneuver now. Goes between two defenders. Left-footed pass up is stopped down by the defense, but Adams gets it back. Into the corner he goes. There's a slide. A shot hits the upright. Bounces out and is cleared momentarily by the defense, but Robinson has it. Good shot by Karl Hupper. He made a bid, but it hit the upright. There's a shot now that's headed just over the crossbar. Beautiful pass in front by Robinson. Ahead by Chucky Adams, who stood point blank in front of Tim Bonsant, but his head shot went over the crossbar, and Bonsant watches it slide over towards the Buccaneer track. And the ball is collected. Will be a goal kick now for Erskine Academy. There it comes. Sent out now by 20 Mike Lewis. Lewis sends up, headed back in by Wayne Tyler to the Buccaneers, up for Weaver. Weaver leaves it for Tyler. Tyler trying to come down the left sideline, has it taken away on a nice defensive move by Steve Parkman. Parkman, though, is interrupted, and it's sent back in by Tim Hurlburt. All right, Bucs John Mullaney controls. Nice slide pass up for Weaver. Oh, he whiffs on the ball, and it goes into the corner. It'll be a throw-in for Erskine Academy. Weaver, without collecting that ball, tried to make a rushing pass to Chuck Adams, who was cutting in front, but Weaver whiffed, missed the ball, and the throw-in comes in from the Eagles. Now the ball comes off the head of Duane Tyler. It'll be a goal kick for Erskine Academy. Coming back in for the Bucs, Duane Tyler. He'll replace Karl Hupper. We'll have a break in the action. We'll break for this message and be back with the Bucs leading it 1-0. The Eagles 1-0 here. Georges Valley controlling the action. In the left-hand corner is Jimmy Weaver with the ball, the little one. Now leaves it off of Duane Tyler. Back to Weaver, back to Tyler. As the Bucs play pass in the zone, Steve Kemp now gets his foot on the ball. Up for Mullaney. Mullaney, a little side pass over for Robinson. It's intercepted, though, by the defense. Coming out of the pack for Erskine Academy is Mike Crummett. Crummett leaves to midfield. Crummett now up for teammate Dan Grady. Grady can't collect, and it's stolen away by the Bucs. Here's Scottie Robinson on the back check. Robinson can't control, though. And the Eagles come back with the ball. Dan Grady on the rush. Has it momentarily in the Buck territory. It goes back to Eagle territory, and then number 18, Trevor Dunn, leaves a long, hard pass up towards the penalty area, and 13, Steve Parkman almost collected and broke in alone on the Buccaneer goalie, Per Henrikson. Nothing doing as the ball is sent towards the sideline. It'll be a throw-in, though, for the Eagles. And we'll have to do it again as substitution was in the midst of happening as 13, Steve Parkman of the Eagles comes out. All right, here comes the throw-in. They'll do it again. It's thrown in. Duane Tyler ahead for the Buccaneers. Ball sent up now towards the top of the 18. Whiffed on by the Bucs, Duane Tyler, but he does get a foot on it. Sends it up for Adams at midfield. Intercepted at midfield by Bob LaBelle. LaBelle will send it back into Buck territory. There it's collected by Glenn Brooks. Brooks, high arcing pass up to midfield and the sideline for Scottie Robinson. Robinson, nice play, keeping it in. Leaves it for teammate Duane Tyler, but it's intercepted. Then taken back by Tyler to Robinson. Robinson being battled over on the sideline. Mike Crummett will take it away. Crummett coming out of the pack with it. Sends it up for teammate Dan Grady. Grady loses to the Buccaneer defense. Sent back into the Buck zone. And it is covered there by Glenn Brooks. Now the break at the top of the 18 is 16. Dan Grady trying to move in with good speed. Grady has run off the ball, and we've got a whistle. And a trip by the Buccaneers. So it'll be a kick for the Eagles, and in it comes dangerously to the penalty area. Nobody can get a shot off as that ball went right across the goalmouth area, and nobody could collect for the Eagles. So a break for the Buccaneers as they clear the ball, and it goes over the sideline out by the crowd across the field from the WRKD vantage point. High Bucs intercept. Scott Robinson has. Will lob it up now for Adams. Adams trying to break past the defense. He has Jim Weaver. Adams has the ball, and he knees it up in front towards himself, but the defense is back, knocks Chucky down, and clears it to the sideline. So we'll have a throw-in as soon as we get a ball for Georges Valley.
Yep.
Duane Tyler will take the throw. All right, here comes the throw-in to John Mullaney. Chest trap, John. Nice side pass and return to Weaver. Weaver trying to break in along the goal line. Weaver's pass is intercepted. Now it goes to Mullaney. Mullaney, top of the 18, will fire a banana shot. And on bounce pad, he makes the save. Mullaney has come to play some offensive soccer here today, as he has collected the only goal of the contest and has made a couple of good bids at the same time. That is save number 7 already for Eagle goalie Tim Bonsant. He's a good athlete over there. I've seen him play basketball, soccer, a few other sports. Okay, throw in now. Buccaneers in front of the Eagle bench. It's thrown in by Karl Hupper. Leaves it for Mullaney. Now back for 10, Dave Mellor. Mellor left-footed pass in the corner intended for Scott Robinson, taken away by the Eagle D. All right, Eagles trying to come out of there in the blue and white uniforms. Here's a pass up to midfield, collected by Steve Parkman, but taken away nicely by Steve Kent of the Bucs. Kent's pass into the corner now for Weaver. It is tipped away and knocked over the sideline by Sean Pierce, defensively for Erskine. And the Bucs again will throw it in. There it comes. Headed away by 35, Bob LaBelle, but taken by Mullaney. Mullaney will lock one high and deep into the sun, and Bonsant a little trouble battling that sun, but he picks it off and rifles it out.
Go to the middle. Hupper to the middle. Keep going.
Eagles in possession now. 20 for Erskine Academy is Mike Lewis, who sends it out to midfield, intercepted by Dave Miller. High pass up for Adams. Adams gets a head on it, high into the air. It's going to be up and saved nicely by Bonsai, but dangerously, he lobs it right out to a teammate who wasn't aware that the ball was there. Weaver almost picked it up for an easy goal, but the Eagles do clear out to midfield. All right, here they come. At midfield, we've got a whistle and an obstruction call on the Bucs. So we'll have a kick just inside their own zone by 24 Mike Crummett of Erskine Academy. 1-0 the score. We've played 20 minutes of the first half. Halfway through the first half of play, Bucs lead it 1-0 on a goal by John Mullaney from Scott Robinson. Now the Eagles breaking into the area. There's a big wall of Buccaneers, though. They won't be able to get by. Clearing it out for Georges Valley is Karl Hupper. Hupper, a nice pass out to midfield, but nobody there to collect. It slides out right in front of the Erskine bench. It'll be a throw-in for Erskine Academy, clad in their, well, I believe they're new uniforms. I don't remember seeing these last year. I may be mistaken, but they're royal blue uniforms with white lettering and white trim. The Bucs, of course, in their green and white. Familiar Buccaneer colors. 1-0 the score. High school soccer on WRKD. Bucs 4-0 on the season. The Eagles 1-2-1. And they're moving in now. Here comes the shot taken in on there. Henrikson, loose ball. Henrikson's going to have to punch it out. There was a shot taken by Pat Chamberlain. Dangerously loose in front, but Per Henrikson fists it out and over the sideline. Now Chamberlain will throw it in. In it comes. It's headed quickly by the Buccaneers and taken away by 6 of Georges Valley. Karl Hupper, left-footed pass right out in front of timekeeper Dana Smith, who has to play it himself. And he hands it nicely to Sean Pierce, who will throw it in for Erskine. But his throw-in goes off the teammate over the sideline. Bucs will take over possession of the ball. Steve Kent, the junior, will throw it in right in front of his own bench as Buccaneers' John Mullaney comes out for a breather. Dave Miller at midfield gets a head pass off for teammate Duane Tyler. He can't handle. For the Erskine Eagles, number 9 coming out of there is Ken Light. Light wants to move into Buck territory, can't do. Scottie Robinson has. On the sideline, Robinson works it down, leaves the pass nicely into the corner. Bonson on the rush. He's going to beat Chucky Adams to the ball, and he picks it up on 2 hot and punts it out towards midfield. Good, strong, right-footed punt. Headed back in, though, by the Bucs' Glenn Brooks. Brooks leaves it up for Karl Hupper. Hupper trying to break in along the defense, but Hupper is hit and elbowed, and the Bucs will leave the ball for Glenn Brooks, who'll take the strong kick. In front it goes. Adams is alone. Adams and Weaver breaking in. Ball bounces on a hop to Bonsai. He covers up before Chucky or Jim can collect the pass. But an errant kick by the goaltender Bonsai slides directly over the sideline, so the Bucs will have a throw-in deep in Eagle territory. Steve Kent will take it. And it goes. Nicely trapped by Chuck Adams. Turns, fires, ball knocked down by the defense. Return shot by Duane Tyler, knocked down again by the defense. Scott Robinson has. Robinson trying to work in. He's double-teamed in the corner. Shot on one hop. Bonsai dives, covers up, ball loose. Adams trying to get a foot on it, but Bonsai pushes him aside and dives onto the ball again. Another bid by the Bucs goes by the boards as Bonsai again all over the ball. All right, here come the Eagles for one of the rare times in Buccaneer territory. A couple of subs now for Tom Baldick and Erskine Academy. Kevin Strout will come back in, along with teammate Mike Crummett.
Come on, get out of it!
Dana Brand, we'll call that. Dana Brand is in there. But the Bucs control the ball. Scott Robinson working down the sideline. No good shift. Puts his man right away. Still down the sideline. Robinson in control. Scottie goes into the corner. Scottie, another shift. Beautifully. Puts it on the left foot. Now right-footed shot is knocked down by the defense. And over the goal line, it'll be a corner kick. Oh, what an exhibition by Robinson down that right sideline as he tried to set up Adams and Miller in front. Now Scottie will tee up the corner kick. Remember the Bucs about 10 minutes ago scored on this play. Right-footed kick in front, comes away, and bunts out way up in front of the crowd. He's a big boy at 6'3". He leaps over everybody and spears the ball, punts it out to midfield before any further pressure can be applied. Bucs, though, will steal at midfield.
Nice ball.
Ball is slid in all the way to Bonsant. All right, Bonsant sends it out towards midfield, headed there by Pete Jones, teammate. Jones will leave it for Dan Grady. Grady can't do anything with it. Here come the Bucs as they continue to control the action. 3-on-1 break. Chucky Adams breaks in with Robinson. Shot, and ball goes wide! Just wide by inches. Robinson, Adams, and Weaver broke in 3-on-1. Robinson and Adams were a little bit too tight to maneuver well. Neither wanted to give up the shot. It was taken by Robinson and slid wide of the goal. Perhaps one more pass might have been justified on that little exchange, but the Bucs elected to shoot. It went wide, and the score remains at 1-0. As the Eagles dump it back deep into Buck territory, we'll take this break and be back with more soccer.
Come on.
And we've got a whistle, and I believe...
Hey, keep up, Scott, keep up.
What did we have here? Call. It's going to be an Eagle ball in any case. As Adams and Robinson were rushing for the Bucs, but we had a quick whistle, and it might have been a illegal shove or some kind of physical movement by Scottie Robinson as the ball. I didn't see the call, but it was taken away by the Eagles. They sent it to midfield, but the Bucs slide it right back in, and Bonsant, who has left the pass by his defense, has to come out and kick it away momentarily right in front of Scott Robinson, and then it is cleared by a defender over the sidelines. So Robinson will have a throw in just about in corner kick territory to the left of goalie Bonsant. In it goes. A head taken by Adams to Mullaney. Mullaney, a return head in on the goalie, but a save made by Bonsant. Pretty good direction by the Bucs on that, but not a lot of steam. As Adams backheaded it to Mullaney. Mullaney, who was right in the middle of the field, about 10 yards from the goaltender, headed it towards Bonsant, but with very little on it. On one hop, Tim covered up. But his teammates cannot clear once again. And the Bucs will have the throw in deep in Eagle territory. It's going to be taken by 33, Duane Tyler. Into the corner it goes to Weaver. Now to Mullaney. Mullaney in a shift. Mullaney middle of the field. Good shift. Mullaney leaves it for Weaver. In front. Adams is there. Can't collect. Mullaney, though, will tip it back towards Weaver. Mullaney, a shot knocked down by the defense. Weaver wants to fire. He does again. Knocked down by the blue and white. And Weaver now controlling the ball. He battles with the Erskine defense. And finally they clear the pressure in front of Bonsant. A flurry by the Buccaneers. Knocked down by the D. Now in front it goes on a hop to Bonsant. He covers up and fires it up. All the way to midfield the ball comes, and dribbles twice into Buck territory. That's 13 for the Eagles' Steve Parkman, but the Bucs take it away. Boy, the Bucs' pressure and offense has been incredible in this first half. Apparently, they thought things were too close against Halldale, and Sam Pendleton might have said, look, go out against these guys and get a few quick ones. We don't want to live dangerously like we did against Halldale in that 1-0 victory. All right, Bucs controlling. Robinson will turn, fire in front. Weaver shoots wide. Weaver, beautiful pass by Robinson. Weaver fired. It went wide of the net. And again, Erskine will take over with the goal kick. Let's take this break in action to give you these messages and return in just a moment with more soccer. About 10 minutes remain in the contest. The Buccaneers now once again on the drive. Crossing pass by Robinson, picked up by Weaver in front, loose. Adams is there, shoots. Oh, defense is there to save that ball. Who was that? Number 20. Credit Mike Lewis with a goal-saving maneuver. He sprinted across the goal line. His goalie Bonsant was out of the action, and Lewis kicked that ball off the foot of Adams just before Chucky tucked it in the net for the Buccaneers' second goal. But again, Scott Robinson with an excellent cross from his right corner. All right, Bucs now with a kick from about 40 yards. Taking it will be Glenn Brooks. In front shot, tipped away, diving save by Bonsant. One-handed tip goes over the crossbar and put a star next to that one for Bonsant. So two consecutive excellent defensive plays have kept Erskine Academy in this contest. This will result in a corner kick, though. Third for Scott Robinson. Tees it up. Low liner in front. Out is Bonsant to pick it up before any damage can be done, and Bonsant will line drive, kick it out towards midfield. Some pressure applied by the Bucs in this one. John Mullaney, who's been a big part of that pressure, has the ball now at midfield. Plays it up for Robinson, but it's kicked away and knocked over the sideline by the Eagles. Throw in for the Bucs. Doing so is Karl Hupper. Hupper into the corner, Mullaney battling, along with Duane Tyler. Tyler can't get it. Out comes the defense with the ball for Erskine, but it's sent right back in by Glenn Brooks. Ball being headed now into the corner by Duane Tyler, looking for Robinson, back to Mullaney. Mullaney lead pass over for Weaver. Weaver collects. Weaver now leaves it back for Mullaney, left-footed shot up front. Adams is waiting, but no, it's knocked down by that Erskine Academy wall. Now Robinson takes a shot, and it goes just wide. Ball was played in front by an Erskine defense that had set back into a wall of 4 or 5. Mullaney and Weaver couldn't get it by. The ball glanced, though, to the side, and Robinson fired a rifle shot that went behind that wall, but just crossed in front of Tim Bonsant, the goaltender, and went wide of the net. Another opportunity, another shot for the Bucs as they continue to rack up the shots, but have just racked up the one lone goal. It's enough to give them the lead, though, as the Eagles have mustered no offense whatsoever in this contest. Per Henrikson has touched the ball just once, and that was in a crowd where we had to punch it out just to relieve the pressure. All right, here's one in front. Is a booming kick off the foot of Brooks, but a little deeper, a little high for Adams and the on-rushing Robinson to handle. It'll go over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Erskine. Let's take this break. We'll be back with about 8 minutes remaining in the first half. There was none as Bonsant covered up again. Yet another shot for the Bucs. Yet another save for Bonsant. 2-0 is the score with 6 minutes remaining in the half. The Bucs take the ball at midfield, send it into the corner. Here comes Robinson again. Lead pass in front. Weaver's going to be there a little bit too far for Jimmy. He has to retrace his steps. Now he picks off the ball. Sliding tackle attempt made by 20 Mike Lewis, but he slides it over the sideline. Throw in for Jim Weaver. Gets it for Miller. Miller plays the ball himself now, leaves it back for Hurlburt, taken away by the defense, and here come the Eagles. They break quickly now into Buck territory. In comes Steve Parkman. Parkman is hit, falls hard to the turf, and he may be hurt. Slow in getting out as he took a shot from Glenn Brooks. And a little bit dizzy is Steve Parkman. He's going to be okay. The ball is sent towards the top of the 18, headed out nicely by Miller. Ball right into the feet of Trevor Dunn, though. Dunn sends it up the top of the 18. Lead pass in front all alone. Oh, offside! Yes! Beautiful passing play as Dunn sent it up to 16 Dan Grady. He had Parkman cutting in alone. They had beaten the defense, and Parkman would have walked in all alone on Per Henrikson, but he was just offside. Break for the Bucs. Break for Per Henrikson, and the shutout is intact. All right, Bucs come back to midfield now. Going to have to watch that. That was a nicely engineered offensive play by Erskine Academy, their best of the contest, and it almost paid off for them. But the offside call negates any chance, and the Bucs have the kick at midfield, directly on the midfield stripe. It's taken by Glenn Brooks. He goes into the corner to Scott Robinson, who has been setting him up galore in this one. He has one assist on the afternoon and could possibly have 3 or 4 more, but the Erskine defense has been keeping that ball out of the net, except for 2. John Mullaney and Chuck Adams, the goal scorers for Georges Valley. They lead it 2-0. With just about 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Dave Miller throws it in front of the Erskine bench. And it comes, it's taken and chipped out of bounds immediately by 10 Pat Chamberlain of the Eagles.
David, you're in
For the Bucs, Jerrad Robinson will come into the contest.
Just don't first.
And John Mullaney will get a well-deserved breather. The freshman showing some excellent skills in this one, as he's controlled the midfield area and has had some excellent scoring opportunities. He's even pumped one home. 2-0 Bucs. Time winding down in the first half.
That's it. Good, Tim.
As you can hear, Buck coach Sam Pendleton shouting directives in the background. Bucs control the ball. It's Chucky Adams who knees it down nicely. Puts it on the foot now. Sends a pass to Robinson in the corner. Taken away by the defense. And away comes Craig Ayotte of Erskine Academy. Ball slid off the foot of Karl Hupper over the sideline. Eagles will throw it in. Another substitution. Dana Brand, number 26, comes into the contest. All right, the Eagles have the throw-in. And in comes Peter Jones, throws it in.
Push it.
All right, up it comes to teammate 18, Trevor Dunn. Dunn, who set up that nice play that almost worked for the Eagles, has it chipped back towards midfield, but sent back in nicely by 10, Pat Chamberlain. Into the corner it goes to the dangerous man, Steve Parkman. He can't play the ball, run off by Glenn Brooks, and Brooks comes out of the pack. Brooks slides it up for Adams. Adams looks at his teammates, sees Robinson, leaves him a beautiful lead pass into the corner for Scottie. Scottie, though, has it knocked over the sideline and over the goal line by the Eagle defense. And Scottie again will tee it up for the Bucs. Fourth corner of the half. One has worked. It resulted in a goal by John Mullaney. And here's Robinson's tee to the left of the goaltender, Bonsant. In front it goes, loose in front. There's a missed shot and high up over everything by Buccaneer Mike Merrifield. Merrifield, who had 3 goals in the last Georges Valley JV contest, almost collected a varsity marker in that one, as he got a little under it and chipped it over the crossbar. Goal kick for Erskine. 2 minutes remain in the first half of play as Dana Smith gets ready to handle the horn for the end of the first 40 minutes of action here from Thomaston. Bucs and Eagles going at it. High school soccer on the sports leader in Mid-Coast, Maine, WRKD. We bring you action of all the athletic events in the coastal area. Uh-oh, a rush now. Dana Brand trying to break in for Erskine Academy. Gets around the defense and now tipping it at the last moment. Tim Hurlburt of the Bucs. He sends it to the sideline throw-in. Deep for Erskine Academy. And throwing it in will be the big man, Trevor Dunn. Dunn, nice throw in front, loose in the air. There's a tip shot in front, still loose, stuck down to the defense. Diving out on the ball is Per Henrikson to preserve that shutout and relieve the pressure. Henrikson comes up and fires it out towards midfield, headed though back in by Ken Light. Light can't do anything with it. It goes to teammate Pat Chamberlain. Chamberlain has it knocked down by Jerrad Robinson. Jerrad sends it up for Merrifield. Chest trap Merrifield. Slide pass now back for teammate Ellen Gronros. Gronros sends it up nicely to Adams. Adams head pass behind his back to Scott Robinson. And the ball is taken away by the Eagle defense, but slid over the sideline again. And Merrifield will throw it in for the Bucs. A couple of subs in for Georges Valley, Wayne Tyler and Duane Tyler. And the throw-in will be Mike Merrifield. All right, Merrifield throws it in. Adams heads it straight up in the air. Jerrad Robinson gets a piece of it. Robinson now and Adams battering to the ball. Left-footed kick still up in the air by Adams. Still loose. Adams now plays it around. Adams slides. Pass up for Robinson. Knocked away by the defense, and out they come. Under a minute to go in the first half. Buccaneers keep it in the Eagle zone as it goes to Merrifield. Merrifield, though, loses control, and out it comes off the foot of Pat Chamberlain. Chamberlain to teammate Dana Brand. Left-footed pass up to midfield. Collision at midfield. No whistle. Stolen away by Steve Kent of the Buccaneers. Kent sends it now to Duane Tyler. Tyler, Duane, and Wayne now on the move. Can't control. Time winding down. This should just about do it in the first half of play as Merrifield sends one last chip in for Robinson. Robinson at the goal line fires one high and wide over everything. And before the Eagles get that goal kickoff, I think time will expire here in the first half of play as the Bucs will take a 2-0 lead to intermission. There it goes. The gun sounds. And we have completed 40 excellent minutes of high school soccer. The Buccaneers will go to intermission with a 2-0 lead over the pesky Erskine Academy Eagles. We'll be back with the halftime words and the halftime stats following these messages. The Buccaneers of Georges Valley have played an excellent first half of soccer against an Erskine Academy squad that is playing some pretty darn good defense, but an even better defense being employed here by the Buccaneers of Georges Valley, as they have not let that Erskine Academy offense test goalie Per Henrikson more than once or twice in this entire first 40 minutes of play. For the Buccaneers, they have been all over goalie Tim Bonsant, peppering him with shots, many just wide, a few great saves by Bonsant, and thus the low score at 2-0 for the Buccaneers. In fact, one goal came relatively late on the shot by Chuck Adams. For the Buccaneers, they lead it 2-0. We're at halftime. We'll have the halftime stats in a moment. Buccaneers lead 2-0. Here are the stats, unofficial of course, for the first half of play. Shots on goal for the Georges Valley Buccaneers, 21 in that first half of play. For the Erskine Academy Eagles, they were able to muster only 2 shots on goal in the first 40 minutes. Excellent defense employed by the Buccaneers of Georges Valley as they continually sent that ball back into Erskine territory as soon as the ball scared the Buck zone. So Sam Pendleton can certainly be happy with his defensive play today. 21 shots for the Bucs, 2 for the Eagles. Corner kicks, 5 for Georges Valley. And I believe Scott Robinson took them all, one of them resulting in a goal. For Erskine Academy, they were not allotted a corner kick in the first half of play. Goalie Per Henrikson for the Buccaneers called on to make just 2 saves, and saves they might be called, but they were certainly not of the serious nature, as one of them was a punch-out by Per, and another was more or less a cover-up. But we'll give Per Henrikson 2 saves in the first half of play. For the red-headed goalie Tim Bonsant, who had an excellent first half in goal as netminder for the Erskine Academy Eagles. He was credited with 13 saves for his first half performing in the nets. 2-0, the Bucs lead it. Goal number 1 coming at 9:15 of that first half. John Mullaney from a centering cross by Scottie Robinson off a corner kick. Mullaney punched it home, and the Bucs took a 1-0 lead. It was roughly 24 minutes later that the Bucs' leading goal scorer, Chucky Adams, picked up his 10th of the season as he took a pass from Jim Weaver and slid it in past goaltender Tim Bonsant for a 2-0 Buccaneer lead. That's where we stand, and we're just about set to get underway for second half activity. We'll be back with the second half kickoff in just a moment. Half action. The Bucs leading 2-0 over the Erskine Academy Eagles. And we will tell you that when Erskine last played, it was against Wiscasset, and they trailed at halftime by a 2-1 score. And head coach Tom Baldick told me that he said pretty much nothing at all in the locker room. He let them stew around for a while, and just before they went out said, you need a little intestinal fortitude in this ball game. And that's about all the words of wisdom he used. The team came out and scored 4 consecutive, very quick goals and came away with a 5-2 win over Wiscasset. So what I'm saying by this is this Erskine team may be young, but they're not out of this contest by any means, although the Buccaneers totally outplayed them in the first half of play. 21 shots to 2 in the first half, 2 goals to 0 on that scoreboard. All right, right now, in the first few moments of this second half, the Eagles have kept the ball deep into Buccaneer territory. So Buccaneer defense perhaps a little bit lax here to begin things with the 2-goal lead, but Erskine Academy can get right back in this with a quick goal. There's one in front and a save by Pierre Henrikson as he falls to the ground, and that was perhaps the most difficult save that Pierre has had to make today. By certain it is, and right away Erskine Academy comes out of the intermission session with a little bit of impetus as far as their offense is concerned. All right, the Bucs trying to come right back now as Robinson and Adams will work in. Ball tipped away by the defense and knocked over the sideline. So it'll be a throw in for Georges Valley. The Bucs going now from my left to my right, and the Eagles moving from my right view to my left view as Tim Bonsant stands to my right, Pierre Henrikson stands to my left, and the action is in the Eagle zone. Little chip up towards Adams, but high and deep, and Bonsant will cover for Erskine Academy. Just underway here, second half. Buccaneers of GV, Eagles of Erskine Academy going at it here from Thomaston. The visitors trailing the homestanding Bucs 2-0 in a mid-Maine conference battle. Again, the Bucs getting set for that big week when they are away to Richmond and Lincoln Academy next week. The Bucs began this 85 campaign on the road to Maranacook, where they won 5-1. They came home for 4 home contests in a row, and that is pretty nice for the schedule. As the Eagles send it back in now, Pierre Henrikson comes up, but it's headed away by Glenn Brooks, and the Eagles are putting a pressure on the Buccaneers for the first time in the contest, and it's all coming in the opening moments of the second half. Now loose in front, the ball kicked away, and finally Tyler gets it up for Scottie Robinson, but it's sent right back in by the Eagles. Here they come. Eagles now working top of the 18, slid out by the Bucs, Alan Gronros, up to midfield where a slide pass is from Adams to Robinson, back to Weaver. Now Weaver works down the sideline, and it's taken away from Jimmy and sent into Buck territory momentarily, but over the... And the Bucs will have a throw-in at midfield. Here it comes. Throw-in taken by Karl Hupper. Down the sideline it goes for Adams. All right, Adams working in the sideline. Left-footed pass was blind, and nobody was there for the Bucs, and it was collected easily by the Erskine defense. But Weaver almost steals. Now it goes to Adams. There is a man in front this time. Coming in is Duane Tyler, but it's tipped away by the defense, and the Eagles send it back into Buck territory. On the rush now, 3-on-2 break for Erskine Academy. One man back is now Hurlburt, and Hurlburt will slide it off to the sideline and allow the rest of the defense to get back. All right, Erskine now. He inbounds it very quickly. In it comes to Pat Chamberlain. Chamberlain trying to work top of the 18. Can't. Tipped away over the sideline by the Bucs. Throw-in is immediately knocked towards the sideline by the Bucs' Steve Kent, and the Eagles inbound it again. Here it comes from Dan Grady, who gets his foot up. Now there's a shot that's saved by Henrikson. Line shot off the foot of Pat Chamberlain. Good bit again by the Eagles, and Henrikson has to tip it over the crossbar. It'll be a corner kick. First of the contest for Erskine Academy. A team that had just 2 shots in all of the first half has now tested Pierre Henrikson twice already in the opening moments of the second stanza. All right, here comes the corner to the left of Henrikson. It is low and intercepted immediately by Duane Tyler of the Buccaneers, who comes up the left sideline with the ball. Now to Weaver. All right, Weaver trying to break for the Buccaneers. Weaver at midfield. Weaver nice pass up on the sideline to Adams. Adams watches Scott Robinson come in, leaves a pass for Weaver. Weaver to Robinson, who breaks across midfield. Slide pass up for the cutting Adams. He can't collect. Works down with the defense. Fires wide and high. Good power shot by Adams, but I think he took somebody's foot. One of the defenders got a foot in, and Adams is limping around out there. And Sam Pendleton is going to have to survey the situation and wonder whether or not to give Chuck Adams a quick breather here. Just underway in the second half. We have played 5 minutes of the second half, and for the most part, it's been all Erskine Academy, except for that last bid by Chuck Adams that went wide. All right, here comes the goal kick by the Eagles. Goal kick is intercepted by Duane Tyler, who comes flying in and has it sent out over the sideline by the Eagle defense. Pete Jones sends it over. And so Duane Tyler will inbound it via the throw-in for Georges Valley. In it comes to Mike Merrifield. Merrifield bumps off the ball, and it is taken away by 19 Marty Holzer in there for Erskine. Holzer slides it over the sideline. Throw-in now by the Buccaneers, and Adams again tries to break in with the left of the goalie Bonsad, fires one wide, and noticeably limping now is Chuck Adams. And Sam Pendleton is keeping an eagle eye on his leading scorer, and it may not be long before Adams is given a breather here. It is, however, a goal kick for Erskine Academy. We'll take this break as we have played 7 minutes in the first half. No scoring in the half. Bucs lead 2-0. We'll be right back. Buccaneers breaking in. There's a shot taken off the left foot by Chucky. Adams slides across and wide. Oh, Bonson. 3 bids in a row by Chucky Adams, but all have gone wide. In this half, the Eagles have outshot the Buccaneers 3-2. We have played 7 minutes of the second half of play. 33 remain in the ball game. The Bucs lead it 2-0. The Eagles now trying to get the ball out of their zone. They can't do as it's sent back in by Duane Tyler. Make that Wayne Tyler of the Buccaneers. Tyler, though, loses, and the Eagles come to midfield with it. At midfield, it's played by Alan Gronros, but over the sideline, and the Eagles will throw in about 10 yards into Buck territory. Down the right sideline they go with the ball. There's Grady leading a pass for Ed Light. Ken Light, halfback for the Erskine Academy Eagles. Light gets it back now for teammate Trevor Dunn. Back to Light. Light trying to break into the 18, leads a nice pass over the sideline. And the left sideline working down there is Pete Jones. Jones trying to move in. There's a pass in front, loose, a shot, and a ball that goes just wide. Henrikson was out of screen for a moment. That ball went over the outstretched hands of Per Henrikson, but luckily for Per, it went just wide of the goal, but a good bid once again for the Eagles, who are trying in vain to get back into this contest. They have played much better offensive ball in this half, as the Buccaneers entirely control the first half of play, keeping that offense completely at bay, and letting Per Henrikson have a rather leisurely half for watching his teammates play soccer. Now there's one into the sun, and Henrikson has to keep an eye on it, and he one-hands it now, cradles it, and rifles it up with a right-hand toss to midfield, and Mike Merrifield. Here comes Merrifield for the Buccaneers, leads the pass over into the area for Scott Robinson, but Robinson can't collect it, sent to the sideline, and we'll have a throw-in for the Bucs of Georges Valley. Throw-in by number 8 of Georges Valley, Keith Hupper. Hupper, who scored the only goal against Halldale, is one centered in front, loose, and it's tipped away by the defense. That was Sean Pierce who tipped it away, and Tim Bonsad was just about to cover up. So Pierce will now allow the Buccaneers to tee up another corner kick. It'll be Scottie Robinson to the right of goalie Tim Bonsad. All other kicks from Scottie were to the left of Bonsad. This one will be to the right. Let's see what happens. Low in front, and getting a foot on is Karl Hupper, but it's tipped away by the defense. And away comes Erskine Academy. Retrieved, though, by Glenn Brooks of the Buccaneers. Leaves it for Robinson. Robinson, high arcing chip in the penalty area. There's a head taken and missed by number 8 for the Bucs, Keith Hupper, the junior, who sent it over the goal line. It will be a goal kick for Erskine. Keith Hupper, since he's been in there, has made a couple of bids for the Buccaneers. Hupper is well bandaged on the right leg. just about the complete leg is taped and ace bandaged. So we don't know if Keith might have been injured in the last Buccaneer victory. Again, Keith was the only goal scorer in that victory for the Bucs, 1-0 over Halldale. Hard-fought victory. These Eagles, of course, played Halldale to a 0-0 tie, so they are not that far behind in competitiveness to these same Buccaneers, but they trail 2-0 to the Eagles. Georges Valley leading it here. We're into the second half. We played just about 10 minutes of second half action, which leaves us 1/2 hour of high school action to go here on WRKD. All right, here come the Eagles again. They burst into Buck zone. They were rarely in Buck territory in the first half, but they have been there for the most part of the second 10 minutes. All right, Mike Merrifield now playing some pretty good soccer for the Bucs. He's a 3-goal scorer in their last JV game. Merrifield up from the JVs for this one. He's a junior. Throw-in now by Keith Hupper. Hupper throws it in. Handled by the Eagle defense. Now cleared in front. Trapped. And a shot by Jim Weaver is knocked down by the defense. Still not out. Dave Miller. Left-footed pass up for Robinson at the top of the 18. Robinson, though, leaves it for Weaver, and Weaver chases it towards the goal line, but over the goal line it goes, and a goal kick once again for the Eagles, as they relieve that pressure in front of goaltender Tim Bonsant, who was extremely busy in that first half of play. Let's take a break. We'll be back. The Bucs leading 2-0. You go to Lower Libby School? Cushing. He goes to Cushing School. Pretty soon he's going to be playing soccer for Georges Valley. Is that right? A couple of years anyways. All right, Mike Merrifield now breaks in for the Buccaneers. Merrifield ridden off the ball by Bob LaBelle. Back in play here. LaBelle coming up the sideline with it. Slides it over, out of bounds. Throw in for the Bucs. That'll be Keith Hupper. Hupper, long throw in front. And loose for Robinson. Can't get the foot on the ball. It's cleared momentarily now. But Keith Hupper retraces, gets it. Slides it in front. 18. It goes to Merrifield. Merrifield wants it for Robinson. Can't. Tipped out by the defense and over towards the crowd, which is, by the way, getting quite a lot bigger than the initial stages of this contest, as they've come to see the undefeated Buccaneers take on the Erskine Academy Eagles. All right, John Mullaney controls now at midfield for the Bucs. Tripped up. Taken away by Bob LaBelle. LaBelle trying to come out of the pack with it. Leaves it for Jones. Taken by Hupper. Keith style. Keith fires it up top of the 18. There's Mullaney with a deflected shot. Up it goes to Hupper. Hupper can't collect. Also up there for the Buccaneers is Karl Hupper, so both Keith and Karl are in there. And the ball slides over off the Buck in front of their own pitch, and it's thrown in by the Eagles, but taking quite a shot is Glenn Brooks of the Buccaneers. He went down hard, and he gets the call. So the Bucs in their own territory, about 5 yards to the inside portion of the midfield stripe, take the kick. Up it goes to Mike Merrifield. Oh, nice play. Chest traps. Gets it on his knee. Sends it in himself and fires a shot that goes high and wide. And Mr. Merrifield looks like he could be quite a soccer player for this Buccaneer contingent here in his limited play of this 2-0 ball game with Erskine Academy. Out comes Glenn Brooks after taking that hard fall. He'll get a drink of water and get a chance to sit down by the rest of the Buck subs, who enjoy the action here on a beautiful day in Thomaston, Maine. What a week this has been, huh, folks? And it apparently, according to the weatherman, will continue that way. So, boy, you couldn't ask for a better week in the month of September. The coast of Maine and I guess all throughout the state of Maine. Just a beauty. We'd like to freeze it right here, perhaps, and let the weather continue for the entire month, maybe into October even, but usually that's not the case. When we get towards the end of these soccer schedules, the wind acts up here along the coast, the weather gets down into the 50s, and sometimes the high 40s, and the rains come, and boy, I tell you, it is a burden for some of these soccer players clad in their shorts and T-shirts to get out there in the inclement conditions of late October, early November, especially when the playoffs begin. But right now, it is ideal out there. Maybe even a bit warmer for a soccer player who obviously runs up and down the field many, many times during the course of a ball game, and might like it even to be just a bit cooler than it is now. Close to 75 degrees at game time here in Thomaston. The Bucs control the ball as action is back and forth at midfield. No real threats in the last few minutes of play. We have gone by 17 minutes of this second half, so the Bucs just about 1/4 of a ball game away from their 5th consecutive victory. They have control of the ball. Duane Tyler to throw in front of his own bench. It goes to Merrifield, who's made a couple of bids for the Buccaneers. Merrifield, though, ridden off the ball. It goes to the sideline, off Mike, and a throw in for Erskine Academy. Deep in their own zone. Throwing it in will be 24, Mike Cromit. All right, Cromit ready to throw. Cromit in front of the Buck bench, has it bound over his intended receiver, and it's taken by Keith Hupper of Georges Valley. Hupper's pass, though, intercepted. Ball played in the Erskine zone now by Hupper, who leaves a high arcing pass in front. Chest trap nicely by Robinson, leaves it shot, taken and missed by 6, Karl Hupper, as Keith, Karl, and Scottie Robinson engineered that play, and it resulted in a bid, but high and deep. It went over the crossbar and out of play. Goal kick now for Erskine Academy. Good shot taken by Karl Hupper, though. And here comes the goal kick for Erskine. Shots are pretty near even here in the second half after a whopping advantage by the Buccaneers in the first stanza. The Bucs out shooting the Eagles 21-2, outscoring them, of course, 2-0. But it's where we stand now, as the Eagles have played pretty much to a standoff here in the second half. 6 shots for the Bucs, 5 shots for the Eagles in this half. And we have a scoreless second half, a 2-0 overall lead for the Bucs in the contest. Ball being played deep in Georges Valley territory now, as the Eagles continue to pressure, much more so than they did in the first half of play. Bucs, though, clear the midfield, but it's sent right back in by Steve Parkman. Parkman leaves it for teammate Pete Jones. Jones plays the ball, trying to work into the 18 to teammate Dan Grady. Can't do. Back it comes to midfield. Weaver plays for the Bucs, but it's off his foot and over the sideline into the crowd. Throw in for Georges Valley. Right sideline, headed out immediately by Steve Kent of the Buccaneers. Now the Bucs break into Eagle territory. It's sent right back in, though. The Eagles may be calling a handball, and they are. Unintentionally so, but Pete Jones got the upper arm on the ball. Lower arm, I should say, and it results in a Buccaneer kick deep into the 18. It goes. There's a scramble for the ball. We've got a whistle, and I believe an offside's called on the Bucs. So the ball will be taken over by Erskine Academy. A break-in play as Sam Pendleton gets set to send in a couple of subs, namely Glenn Brooks and Dave Miller. We'll take this break. We'll be back with the Bucs leading the Eagles 2-0. Action from Thomaston, Maine on WRKD. Georges Valley and Erskine Academy engaged in a soccer battle here. And it's going to be a direct kick for the Buccaneers about 35 yards away. Knocked down by the wall. Still loose in front. Weaver's going to take a foot on it. Cleared out nicely by the Erskine defense, and away they come towards midfield, but Steve Kent will keep it back in for the Bucs. A head taken by the Bucs, Duane Tyler, still up high in the air. 3 consecutive heads by the Bucs. There's Tyler now firing one in front. That was Wayne Tyler that time. And back it comes to Keith Hupper. Hupper keeps it in play. Hupper now with a head goes down in a collision with one of the Erskine teammates. And the ball now being cleared out towards midfield, sent back in by Glenn Brooks of the Buccaneers. Merrifield trying to apply the pressure. Merrifield breaks in towards the 18. Mike in control, centering pass nicely in front, kicked out by the defense, but not completely out. It's handled by Tom Brousseau of Erskine. Brousseau sends it to Grady, and 2-on-1 break for Erskine Academy. Down the sideline, Pear Henrikson way out, slides, kicks the ball out of there. Good maneuver by Pear, made up his mind and came out. He had Steve Parkman and number 6, James Orr, breaking in 2-on-1, and they were just about past the only defender, so it would have been a 2-on-0 break, and Pear Henrikson came way out a good 30 yards out of the net and kicked the ball away before the offense could become generated, and it goes harmlessly to the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Erskine Academy. So, dangerous maneuver there that time by Erskine, but Pear Henrikson comes out, clears it away, and a heads-up move, and Erskine now will continue to play the ball in the Bucs zone. But Wayne Tyler wants to move out and does so. Wayne all the way out to midfield with the ball. Wayne loses control momentarily to Mike Cromit, gets it right back, sends it to the sideline, and here come the Bucs. Here's Jim Weaver with a good move. Weaver now sends it to Wayne Tyler. Tyler trying to break in. Knocked away by the defense, and Erskine clears it out. Over to Kent. Kent sends it back in. Missed kick now by an Erskine defender, but it's taken by James Orr. Orr battled by with Keith Hupper. Hupper wins that battle, gets it to teammate Wayne Tyler, but in comes the Eagles again. This time a 3-on-1 break, and Henrikson again about 20 yards out. Has to clear to the sideline. So the Bucs have had their defense caught up just a couple of times here, but Henrikson luckily has seen the ball played too far ahead of the on-rushing Erskine Academy forwards and has been able to clear it. Now the Bucs coming back. Here comes Scottie Robinson down the left sideline. Tripped up and gets up. Eagle eyeballs the Erskine Academy defender who knocked him down, but Scottie's going to be allotted the kick. About 45 yards outside and right along the sideline. It goes to Duane Tyler, who skies one over the goal line. Larry Benson signals goal kick. It will be that for the Eagles. 3 substitutes coming in for the Bucs. We'll get them to you after these important messages. 14 minutes of high school soccer remain in this contest. The Buccaneers cling to a 2-0 lead. 2 goals scored in the first half. One coming at 9:15 of the first 40 off the foot of John Mullaney, the freshman. The second coming at the 33-minute mark of that half, and it was scored by Chuck Adams. Assists in the contest going to Scott Robinson and Jim Weaver. The Bucs lead 2-0. And the play in the Erskine zone. Keith Hupper will send a pass up top of the 18. Trapped nicely by Weaver. Weaver leaves the pass beautifully. Robinson shoots, and it goes just wide. Oh, Hupper, beauty. Top of the 18, it went to Weaver, and he slid a beautiful pass to the on-rushing Scott Robinson, breaking in from the left side, and Robinson fired one point blank. It went wide of the net, and that's about 4 or 5 times today that Scottie's had the golden opportunity, but has slid it wide. Still 2-0. And the Eagles try to clear the ball out as the Bucs seem to be taking over momentum now. It's been a pretty well-played second half for Erskine Academy as they applied much more pressure on Per Henrikson than in that first half. So the Eagles are not giving up by any means. They trail just 2-0. 13 minutes remain in the contest. Throw in by the Buccaneers. That's Pete Mitchell, the sophomore, throwing it in, headed out by the defense, but sent right back in by Karl Hupper. Hupper sends it up now. Chest trap there by Jerrad Robinson. Into the corner it goes for Scottie. Scottie tries to step it down, and it is knocked over the sideline by the Eagle defense. Scott will throw it in. High arcing throw in. Merrifield up. Attempted head. It's going to be taken away by Hupper. Hupper in front. Merrifield shot. Loose in front. Kicked away by the defense. Oh, good defensive play by 24 Mike Cromit, and it may have been touched also by the goaltender Tim Bonsant, but Merrifield sent it in front with a beautiful shot. It just missed. The Bucs again dangerously putting on the pressure, but coming up empty. And they will have either a corner kick or a throw in the corner. It will be a corner kick, and again Scottie Robinson will do for the Buccaneers. 2-0. Trying to collect a late goal here in this contest against the Eagles. Low liner in front, headed away by the defense. Still not out. Getting a foot on it is Jones, but Hupper keeps it in. It goes to Robinson. Robinson wants to center, does so low in towards the penalty area where it's knocked out by the defense and sent over the sideline, so Scottie will retrieve it quickly. He'll throw it in. In it comes. In front. There's Weaver. Leaves it for Mullaney. Mullaney left-footed shot is tipped by his teammate Jerrad Robinson and goes harmlessly high up in the air. Tim Bonsant covers up and punts it out towards midfield. At midfield it's played by Steve Kent of the Buccaneers, and it is over the sideline before Steve can touch it. So it'll be a throw-in for Kent and the Bucs. Down the sideline it goes. Handled now by Karl Hupper, who skies it straight up in the air from Merrifield. Now Weaver wants to retrieve. Into the corner works Jim. Weaver trying to center it now for Merrifield. Merrifield waits in front. There's a shot taken by Robinson. Loose in front. The one-hand save by Bonsant. Still loose. Hupper trying to get the rebound, but Bonsant is out to cover, and the redhead will low line it out towards his teammate in midfield. Oh boy, another mid for the Bucs. Another save for Bonsant. That was a beauty, as he got that one destined for the upper right-hand corner with his left paw and just barely tipped it away. The rebound almost covered by Hupper, and he would have had a clear shot at an empty net as Bonsant was way out of the play. But the Buck offense stymied again, and we remain at 2-0. Here come the Eagles. Into Buck territory they come. With the ball is 14, Rob Maroy. Maroy has it taken away by the Bucks' Pete Mitchell, and Mitchell's pass is tipped and over the sideline off an Eagle defender, and the Bucs will throw it in right in front of the Eagle bench. That's 22, Glenn Brooks, who throws it in. Up for Karl Hupper. Hupper leaves it from Merrifield. Merrifield slides a nice pass to Weaver. Now Hupper into the 18. Out comes Bonsant. Ball loose in front. All alone. No goaltender there. Robinson. Oh, no. He fires it high. Goaltender. Bonsant was way out. Robinson was clear. Point blank. He had the open cage, and he got under it and fired it high. Oh, Scottie, numerous occasions, has had the golden O, but has not been able to tuck it into the net. Back come the Eagles. And Scottie has got to be one frustrated offensive player for Georges Valley. Oh, Eagles breaking into the corner now nicely. Into the corner goes Steve Parkman. However, he has the ball taken away by Steve Kent, and Kent tries to get it to midfield, but the Eagles come back. Mullaney and Mitchell playing it now for the Buccaneers. Mitchell passes up towards midfield. Mullaney has it. Strong boot up now for Weaver. Sent back in by Cromit of Erskine Academy. Jerrad Robinson wants to play for the Bucs. Does. Down the left sideline he goes. All right, Jerrad slides the pass down the sideline. Tipped away by the defense Mullaney has for the Bucs. Mullaney just about at midfield circle area. Sends a nice pass up for Merrifield. Merrifield turns it around. Wants to go around the defense. Sets it down. Now Merrifield into the corner, works with the ball. Still in the corner. Centering pass from Merrifield in front, headed by the D. No control now. Karl Hupper comes back for the Bucs, gets a piece of it. Hupper loses to the defense. Erskine trying to play it out. Trevor Dunn can't clear. Now Merrifield has it again. Merrifield, good shift, goes inside. Merrifield splits the defense, fires a shot, loose in front. Bonside covers up in front of the sliding Jimmy Weaver, and again Bonside, equal to the Buccaneer threat, covers up, and the Bucs are thwarted again. Eagles trying to clear, still in their own territory. Mullaney sends it back in. Now Jerrad Robinson missed kick, and away comes Erskine Academy. All right, Erskine now trying to get the Buck D back. And now here comes the break. Dan Grady coming in on Per Henrikson, who makes a risky maneuver. And Henrikson this time tips it away, but this was right on the foot of the onrushing Dan Grady. Not like the other rushes by Erskine Academy, which had the ball 5 yards or so in front of the offense, and Henrikson just had to beat them the ball. This time he had to make sure that Grady didn't make a little juke or a little maneuver, as any kind of a dribble to either side would have put Henrikson away. But Per got to the ball and tipped it over, and again an Eagle threat goes by the boards. 8 minutes remain in the ball game. At midfield, Erskine Academy's Mike Cromit will send it in, headed away by Dave Miller, and it's retrieved by Erskine's Rob Maroy. Maroy lets it go over the sideline. Throw in for Erskine. A couple of subs coming in. Ken Light back in. And Trevor Dunn back in for Erskine Academy. Again, just one senior on the squad. He was not a Letterman last year, but there are 10 returning Lettermen to this very young Erskine Academy team that has shown us some excellent soccer here. Much unlike the Erskine teams of past years where they play that physical bump and grind type of soccer and pick up a lot of penalties along the way, a lot of whistles along the way, and it's not uncommon for an Erskine team to pick up quite a few yellow cards along the way as well. But this game has been played very, very cleanly by a new style of Erskine Academy soccer, which has been put in place by first-year head coach Tommy Baltic, who has started the youngster program over there and hopes to see some excellent soccer generated by his charges in the years to come. They have, no doubt, by his admittance, a building year this year with all the young players, but he has a ton of sophomores and a bunch of juniors and just that one senior on the squad. And they are playing some pretty good soccer here, especially in the second half against the Bucs of GV. GV leads it, though, 2-0. And we're winding down to just 6 minutes remaining in the contest. So the Bucs try to hold on to victory number 5 in a row on the campaign. Per Henrikson is handling it for Georges Valley, and he'll take the throw out to midfield. We'll take the chance for a commercial break, and we'll come back to wind up this contest with the Bucs leading 2 to Erskine's 0. But out of play, though, as the ball is being played in the 18, and it is screened out of there finally by 22 Glenn Brooks of the Bucs. It goes to the sideline off an Eagle. Throw in. Or is it a kick for the Bucs? It'll be a kick as a whistle went against Erskine. Didn't see what happened, but nonetheless, the Bucs will take it in their own zone and send it in towards Robinson, deep in Eagle territory. All right, Scottie now wants to come down the left sideline with it. Scottie works well. Scottie around the defense. Scottie now gives a little shift. Scottie still in control. Now finally loses the ball as the Eagles' number 12, Sean Pierce, comes up the sideline with it. Intercepted, though, by Steve Kent of the Buccaneers. 5 minutes remain in the contest. Robinson now. Good shift. Robinson working in from the left side. Fires. Hey, Bonson knocks it down, covers up, and will punt it out of the Eagle zone. Scottie Robinson has had, along with Duane Tyler, also Bob Culler into the contest. And Culler makes a semi-bid in front of Tim Bonson. Bonson covers up easily and sends it into Buck territory with a booming punt. all the way about 15 yards to the other side of the midfield line, and Tim Bonson really got a strong foot on that one. Being played in the corner now. Could be a break for the Eagles, but there is Mike Falla for Georges Valley, who clears it out nicely to the sideline and relieves a little pressure in front of Buck goalminder Per Henrikson. It'll be a throw-in, though, deep in Georges Valley territory by Erskine Academy. Substitution for the Eagles. In it comes. Tipped away momentarily, but Trevor Dunn's going to send it in. There's Falla. He misplays the ball, and loose in front. Henrikson covers up just before the on-rushing Pete Jones was able to get a foot on it. All right, Wayne Tyler trying to move out for the Buccaneers. Tyler loses now, and Jones trying to break in. Jones does so. Top of the 18. He's tripped up by Tyler and Brooks, and we're going to have a Buccaneer wall that needs to be established here, as it'll be a free kick for Erskine Academy. In front it goes, and a whiff taken on that right side by 13 Steve Parkman, who might have caught Peter Henrikson at a bad angle, as the Eagle play was to immediately slide the ball from the left side to the right side, and Parkman, in his attempt to fire it quickly and catch Henrikson to the wrong side of the goal, whiffed, and it'll be a Buck goal kick as it slid harmlessly over the goal line. 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Ball being played by Wayne Tyler in his own zone. Tyler tries to slide it out towards midfield. Finally he does, and here come the Buccaneers. Scott Robinson with it. Shift by Robbie. Robbie goes around one man. Still in control. Right-footed pass up now for 27 of the Buccaneers. Ooh, we don't have them. Find out who 27 is for me, will you? All right, throw in now by Mike Falla of Georges Valley. Falla throws it in to Adam Ackor. Ackor can't collect. Ball goes to Bob Culler of Georges Valley. Culler trying to play it. Who?
Clint Elliott.
Clint Elliott is number 27. Okay, thank you. A lot of these JVs that get brought up by Sam Pendleton change their numbers just about every game, and it's a little bit hard to keep track of them. But Clint Elliott is out there now for the Bucs. Elliott, along with Mike Falla. Glenn Brooks is back on D with Steve Kent and Tim Hurlburt. And offensively, Bob Culler with Clint Elliott. Wayne Tyler and Adam Ackor is up there. All right, nice pass now from Culler, goes to Clint Elliott. There's a shot taken by Duane Tyler. There's a ball way sky high up in the air that falls just over the crossbar and into the back of the netting, as Dana Smith gets the gun ready, as we're down under a minute here in the contest, and it looks as if the Buccaneers have sewed up their 5th victory on the campaign, as we're nearly halfway through the Buccaneer 85 schedule, and they have accumulated 5 victories already. But the tough portion of the week comes up, tough portion of the schedule, I should say, comes up next week. All right, seconds remain. Buccaneers playing it at midfield. Culler tries to get a foot on it, can't. Ball skied up now off the head of 13 Steve Parkman of Erskine. Wayne Tyler has it for the Bucs. To Culler as the gun sounds. Ending play here in Thomaston. Georges Valley, a hard-fought victory over an up-and-coming, you must say, Erskine Academy team whose young squad played a pretty good second half against the Buccaneers. They didn't give up, although trailing 2-0 coming into the half. It was a very evenly played second half, but the Bucs overall come out on top on that scoreboard where it counts. 2-0. Georges Valley now 5-0 on the season. The Eagles slide to 1-3-1, but will be a tough team to contend with in later years. That'll do it, as we have ended an exciting 80 minutes of soccer here. 2-0 Georges Valley. We'll be back with the stats and to wrap it up following these important words. Where the Georges Valley Buccaneers have just polished off foe number 5 in a row with head coach Sam Pendleton. Sam, a young team, Erskine Academy. It's a different style of soccer they're playing now under a new head coach, less physical, but they had a lot of heart today. They never gave up against the Bucs.
Now, this new coach has done a fine job with the team. They came to play soccer. They kept the ball down on the ground, executed some excellent skills, and we knew they were going to be a good team, and they didn't disappoint us. They made us improve, give us a good game.
Sam, same old story for the Buccaneers, the Big D. Defense, the name of the game, of course, and Georges Valley playing it well once again this year. I think 4 goals allowed now in 5 games, which has to be a good figure for you to contend with.
Well, actually, we've given up way too many goals. The last 2 games, we haven't given up any. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're a young team. Only 3 starters back, and there's quite an adjustment from JV to varsity soccer, and we're getting there.
Notice more so this year, Sam, you're getting a lot of the boys in, a lot of the sophomores, the juniors, a lot of the JV players come up. Some of the boys at the end of this one, even though only 2-0, you're getting everybody into the act, and that's good for the morale of the club, isn't it?
Yeah, there's several reasons. Realize that we have some excellent talent on the junior varsity team. They are going to be starting next year. A couple of the guys with a lot of scoring potential. We saw Mike Merrifield today, who, when Chuck re-injured his arch, had to come in and almost got a couple of goals, and they're going to be up there next year, and we're going to lose much of our scoring, so we've got to work the guys in as time allows. And also, we had 4 games in 7 days last week, and the games are now 8 minutes longer than they were last year, so we've got a few hairline injuries, and just to protect the team and keep everybody healthy, we used a lot of players. Perhaps we didn't score as many as goals as we might have if we hadn't used so many people, but we had to do it for that reason.
Sam, a great start. You had the first game on the road, and then you came home here in Thomaston for 4 consecutive victories, and you kind of had to build that confidence in this young team, because next week is perhaps your toughest week of the season.
Okay, most certainly. On Friday we go over to Richmond, who have beat Lincoln Academy in an overtime, and Lincoln is going to be awesome this year. They have almost all their team back, and they have an extreme amount of depth. So, these next 2 games, we've got to have everybody healthy. They're going to be very difficult, no question about it. But the competition in the league is greatly improved this year over past years, and that's good, because that helps us to improve also. Some of the coaches in the league are just doing real good jobs, and I'm really glad to see the soccer in the Mid-Maine Conference improving.
That's great to see. I mean, you got a Halldale that took you guys 1-0. That was a tough victory for you. This team here, Erskine Academy, a young team, only 2-0. Wiscasset's improving. It's really good to balance out the competition, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's good to go to a game knowing you're really going to have to work hard today. As I say, and as I said before, it helps you to improve, but it's just better all around for the league and for soccer, and in particular.
Okay, Sam, coming up 2 road games against some very formidable competition. Richmond next, and then following that one, no rest for the weary, Lincoln Academy, and we certainly hope the Bucs can come to play in those ones.
Thank you very much.
All right, Sam.